Google AI Studio can now build Android apps. Not websites, actual Android apps, just from a simple prompt. So in this video, I'm going to build a real Android app from scratch. We'll preview it right inside the browser, improve it with a few simple prompts, and see how far this can really go. And here's the best part. You don't need to be a developer. If you can describe your app idea in plain words, you can build a first version with me. The full guide and the exact prompt I use are linked in the description, so you can do the same with your own idea while you watch. Let's get into it. What we're building. For this first test, I'm keeping it simple. Later, an app like this could be published, given its own website, or even connected to a dashboard. But today, we're only building the first version. No payments, no logins, no complicated accounts. That's not where you start. Instead, we're building a habit tracker app. The idea is easy. You add your daily habits, mark them as done, and watch your progress grow. It's perfect for a first build. Real screens, real buttons, real interaction, but still simple enough to get right the first time. Before we start building, I'm going to use the guide for this video. It gives us the exact roadmap, so we're not just clicking around randomly inside Google AI Studio. First, I'll open Google AI Studio and go to New App. And here's the important part. You can now see a new option called Build an Android App. This is what we need to select because we're not building a normal web app today. We want Google AI Studio to create a native Android app using Kotlin and the Android SDK. Before I write the prompt, I'll quickly check the settings. Here, you can choose the model used for the chat. The names may be different if you're watching this later, but the idea is simple. For the first prompt, I like to start with a Pro model when it's available because the first generation is where the app's structure and design direction are set. For smaller changes later, a faster model is usually enough. Now, technically, we could just write something like, create a habit tracker Android app. And yes, Google AI Studio would try to build something from that. But the result is usually more random because we didn't give it enough direction. So instead, I'm going back to the guide. In step 2, I prepared a starter prompt that you can customize for your own app idea. I'll open Choose an App Idea and generate it, then open Customize Prompt. Here's what I'll fill in. For the app name, I'll use Daily Flow. For the idea, I'll write that it's a simple habit tracker that helps users build better daily routines. The target users are people who want to track their habits and stay consistent. For the main features, I'll add adding habits, marking them as completed, viewing today's progress, resetting daily tasks, and a simple progress summary. For the design style, I'll choose Modern Mobile, and for the primary color, purple. The guide automatically turns these details into a stronger prompt. So instead of one short sentence, the AI now gets the name, the idea, the users, the features, the style, and the color, a much clearer direction to work with. I'll copy the prompt, head back to Google AI Studio, paste it in, and click Build. Now we wait for the first result. And before it builds the full app, Google AI Studio shows us a few design previews. This is useful. We get to choose a direction before the app is fully generated. I'll look through the options. There are a few styles here, but I like the first one. It's clean, simple, and it already matches the purple habit tracker idea. If none of them looked good, I could click Skip and let it continue from the prompt alone. But this one works, so I'll click Select this design, and Google AI Studio starts building. A few moments later, the build is done and the preview is running inside an Android emulator. So this isn't just a static design. Google AI Studio opens a real phone preview and we can interact with the app directly inside the browser. Here, I can see the app icon on the home screen, so I'll open it. And this is our first version of Daily Flow. It's still simple, but that's exactly what we want at this stage. Before improving anything, I want to test if the basic features actually work. So I'll tap the plus button and add a new habit. Drink water, then another, morning walk, and one more, sleep early. Now we've got a few habits in the list. Next, I'll mark some of them as completed, and the progress card updates automatically. 2 habits done, and the progress moves. Complete all of them, and it hits 100%. So the first version works. It adds habits, shows them in a list, marks them complete, and updates the progress. That's a solid starting point, but it's not where we stop. The first generation gives us the base. Now, we improve it. Back in the guide, Step 4 has a few follow-up prompts ready. These aren't meant to do everything at once. They're a simple way to improve the app one step at a time. The first one is for the design. I'll copy the prompt that makes the app look more modern, clean, and polished. Then, paste it into Google AI Studio and run it. After the update, the app already feels more polished. The design is darker, cleaner, and the interface looks more like a real mobile app. It also added small improvements, like a better Add Habit button and a delete option for each habit. So now, if I don't want a habit anymore, I can remove it right from the list. This is the power of follow-up prompts. You don't rebuild the whole app from zero. You ask for one focused change, wait, then test again. Google AI Studio also suggests improvements on its own. So if you're not sure what to ask next, these can give you ideas. For example, I'll add a weekly progress chart. I'll pick that suggestion and send it. And now the app has a weekly activity section. It feels more complete because the user sees more than just today. Then I'll keep going. Habit streaks are a great fit for a habit tracker. They give users a reason to keep showing up. So I'll ask for that too. And finally, a dark mode toggle. Now there's a button at the top to switch between dark and light mode. So in just a few prompts, we went from a very basic version to something much closer to a real app. A better design, delete actions, a weekly chart, habit streaks, and a theme toggle. And that's the workflow to remember. The first prompt builds the foundation. The follow-ups improve one thing at a time. One more thing before we move on. When you're improving with multiple prompts, sometimes a change won't look the way you expected. That's completely normal. The good news is that Google AI Studio keeps versions of your app. To go back, I'll click the settings icon at the top, then open Versions. Here I can see every change, with the time and a short description. This version, for example, added the global theme toggle. If I don't want it anymore, I select the previous version, click Restore Version, and reload the app. And just like that, it's back to the earlier state. So don't be afraid to experiment. Try an idea, and if it doesn't work, just roll it back. Now, there's also an install option at the top. This lets you put the app on a real Android device. You'll need to enable developer mode, turn on USB debugging, connect your phone with a USB cable, and install from here. I won't do that right now, but if you've got an Android phone, it's one of the best ways to feel how the app runs outside the browser. And if you switch from preview to code, you can see the actual project files Google AI Studio created. From here, export lets you download the full project as a zip or move it into another tool. That's useful if you know Android development and want to continue later in something like Android Studio. I also tried asking it to generate a debug APK directly. It told me the APK was generated, but I couldn't actually find a downloadable APK file in the project. So I wouldn't rely on APK export as your main workflow. For now, the safer paths are the browser preview, the install option, or downloading the full project and building it properly later. And that brings us to the honest part. Honest limitations, Google AI Studio is powerful, but let's be clear about what it is and what it isn't. It's an amazing way to turn an idea into a working first version, fast. You can describe an app, preview it in an emulator, test the basic features, improve the design, and download the project files. That alone is impressive. But it doesn't mean every app is ready to publish. For a serious app, you still need proper testing, better error handling, real data storage, user accounts if you need them, security checks, and a proper Android build and publishing process. So this isn't a magic button that ships a finished business app in one click. It's the fastest way to start. And that's the first version of Daily Flow. It's not a finished app yet, but it's a real starting point. And if enough of you are interested, I'll continue this project in future videos. We could add more upgrades, prepare it for Google Play, and publish it properly. We could look at monetization, like adding ads. We could even build a landing page, connect it to a backend, or add a simple dashboard to manage everything. So tell me in the comments what you want to see next. Should we publish it on Google Play? Should we add ads? Or should we build a more advanced version? And if you want to build your own app, the full guide and the prompt are in the description. Try it with your own idea. Don't just watch, build the first version. I'll see you in the next one.